2006 was a year of transformation, a chance at a new beginning for the city of New Orleans and for the football team that many saw as a beacon of hope.
What I'll expect from this team, this staff, would be very similar. I think you have to be tough. I think you have to expect a lot from your players. You have to be demanding.
Sean Payton took the gig as a first-time head coach for the Saints despite a great deal of uncertainty surrounding whether New Orleans could fully bounce back from Hurricane Katrina.
The circumstances around that are just so unique and unprecedented that, to even get a coach to, accept the position, knowing the challenges, forget the challenges of the team itself and the lack of success over the long run that we'd had. But just considering all of the challenges, it takes a courageous coach to, take that duty on, take that responsibility on, and fortunately we found one.
He landed free agent quarterback Drew Brees and drafted himself a pretty solid first rounder. But it was one Monday night in September that truly marked the beginning of what would be a magical new era for the franchise filled with success, swagger, and a Super Bowl championship.
When he got here, we were what I would say a lower tier franchise in terms of success, how we were viewed. There wasn't a lot of people, players or coaches that were clamoring to come to New Orleans.
We couldn't make a first down. We couldn't run the ball. We didn't try to run the ball. We couldn't complete a pass. We sucked. The second half, we sucked.
And that completely changed over his time here.
I can remember right after Katrina, 2005, 2006, when he got here, and he was just the embodiment of optimism. He was always a glass half full type of guy, and he really saw his responsibility of not only turning around a football team, a football program, a football organization, but also lifting a Lombardi up and lifting a city up.
In his first year as head coach, Sean Payton led the Saints to their first NFC Championship game, and Coach Payton was named the AP Coach of the Year. Despite falling short of their push to make a Super Bowl appearance, it was clear this wasn't the same old Saints.
He did something that I think New Orleanians really appreciated and really embraced, and that was he gave us our swagger back. He gave us our confidence back. We were really knocked down after Katrina, and when he came here with his optimism, when he came here with his swagger, that really fit into, I think, the fan base, who always has a bit of chip on its shoulder as well. And so the beauty of it was that he backed it up. The beauty of it was that we won a Super Bowl, and at the same time, going down a parallel track, we were a city that came back stronger.
Just a few years later, in 2009, the Saints proved to be a dominant force in the league. A 13-win regular season was followed by a prolific playoff run that showcased a high-octane offense engineered by Coach Payton. After years of rebuilding and clinging to hopes of a rebirth, the Saints shocked the world, winning their first Super Bowl championship in franchise history.
We're going to have some fun tonight now, brother. Kidding me? Absolutely.
What I remember most is when it was over. I remember that moment where we got on a bus and we're heading from the Miami Stadium back to the Intercontinental Hotel, and there's traffic on the side of the roads. It's a 35-minute bus ride, full presidential escort, and you just want the ride to last forever. And there's a little bit of postpartum because there's no more games to play, and you've gotten such a grind and a groove of preparation play, and then all of a sudden, it's like you caught the chicken, and now you have it briefly, but you got to let it go the next day and start over again.
Under Coach Payton, the team that was once regarded as a laughingstock of the league was now among the NFL's elite franchises. The Saints went on to make 9 playoff appearances and won 7 NFC South titles. There were moments of pride and pain along the way, but what remained consistent was the relationship Coach Payton was able to build with his players and the culture he was able to build within the organization. His final year came to a close in many ways as it began, with challenges and unprecedented hurdles to overcome. The team was displaced for weeks by Hurricane Ida, saw their starting quarterback go down with a season-ending injury, and struggled with roster changes due to the COVID-19 pandemic. But in true form, Coach Payton never stopped fighting and even positioned his team to have a shot at making the playoffs. We don't know what's next for Coach, but what we do know is that he has cemented a legacy.
There's a few franchises in our league that have When you talk about them, they have coaches that were icons for the franchise. And they're icons because they changed the trajectory of the franchise they were with. I think about Chuck Noll in Pittsburgh. I think about Tom Landry in Dallas, Don Shula in Miami. You know, guys that were long-term, long-time coaches that took franchises that were either new or hadn't had a lot of success and changed the narrative around that. And certainly, that's what Sean Payton did for the New Orleans Saints.
Do your job, no excuses, no distractions, and never give up. That's what he taught me. It's what he taught all of us. And while we may never be able to repay him for the gift he's given us, it's never too small of a gesture to simply say, "Thank you, Coach.